Okay, ITD. I'm going to take kind of a series of videos here. This first one's just going to be about just kind of an overview of the data. It was a little hectic when we left off, so this is just kind of an overview. So this was the runs that we did, the mission that we did, and what we're seeing here is a classified, registered point cloud, essentially. So we had 3 runs, and then I registered them all together. I put them on your control, and then I did some QA/QC, and then I did the classifications. So what we're looking at here is a rendering in the actual classified region. So an example would be, so the brown is ground. I can show you over here. Yeah, so we have buildings, default, that's where everything comes off of, dividers, ground, high veg, low, which is noise, medium vegetation, poles, power lines, sign steps. So brown is ground, dark green is high vegetation, light green is medium vegetation, the gray is the noise layer, which you can see this is ghosting on a car. So after I classify, I'm able to actually turn layers off. So I have the noise. So that turns off everything that was classified, or basically it's unclassified material, but it's put on this low point noise layer. This light blue would be, like dividers. We have this kind of aquamarine color here. That's all of our, pull up a 3D view here. That aquamarine should be our signs. Getting a 3D here. Yeah, a little easier to see. So you can see this aquamarine, that's a sign. Sign. Red would be poles and signs. Yellow should be power lines. I had some, you can see this yellow going across here. That is our power line. Didn't get much data on that. What am I missing here? And there is some, so this light brown here, there's kind of this tan khaki color. So this is designated or classified as a step. And I can see that having some discrepancies, this is a curb line, but it's picking that up as a step. It's not that big of a deal. It's easy to, like merge this data onto the ground. But basically, my most important thing for me, because I'm going to be doing extraction, I want to get the ground from everything else. So I want to be able to just have essentially the ground. And then if I look at that, even in true color, well, that's a bad representation. The intensity, that's really that's what I'm after. The ground and intensity, that's what I'm going to be using a lot today. You can see I do have a true color rendering. Blotches like this, that means that there was a car that we went by, something that got in the way of the imagery. And the imagery is what creates this true color, or this red, green, blue value for the point cloud. That's why I don't use it, because the difference between true color and intensity, because that's just using the laser, you see the outline of where the car was. You don't get the blotchy true color. So something to be aware of. And you can see on our data here, well, before I go much further, I did notice that there was a little bit of a vertical difference between this side road, and apologies, I can't remember what the name of this side road is. And I think that's where the original kind of area of interest was. So I'm not sure, but there is a vertical difference between this road and these two roads. So I don't know if the control was set on different days, and we're talking about a couple hundredths, but I did see a little bit of a step in my point cloud between the run I did here and these two runs here. So full disclosure. And you will see I have all these layers here. So that's what I got from you guys. So these are all of our layers. So when I'm doing line work, I want to be able to sure that I'm putting it on the correct layer. So all of these layers came from, this is a feature definition manager. So this is a feature code library. So this was created from the file that you guys provided me. I think it was a text file or a CSV file. So basically what was on there was, like a name, a code, and then a feature layer. And you'll also see, so these are all points, has that little symbology there. I did some assuming, got the squiggly, so these are essentially lines. So I go here, this is actually line work. So I can actually see the line work being produced inside Trimble Business Center when I'm doing, a curb line, lane line, striping, whatever you want to see as far as, and I did want to show you, I already did a little bit of test line work on this. I want to show you the layer. Like here I have it dashed, and it's yellow. So that's, and this is something that we can all do later, but I just wanted to show you guys. So this, I created this, and that's where I got all of this information from. And then I want to show you, I already did a little bit of extraction here. So I just want to turn this point cloud off real quick. So you can see I already did some test extraction. So like this is, you guys have long layers. So that would be edge of road. And this obviously is going to be a center line. So that's what we're going to be kind of extracting. But I just wanted to show you kind of a quick overview of the data itself. So I think that gives us enough to get started. So we're going to come back and start doing some data extraction, both points and lines and various things. So thank you.